All right, so you want to get up to speed quickly, right? Cut through all the clutter and get right to what matters.
Yeah.
And today we're doing a deep dive into international football. You sent me some stuff about Cristiano Ronaldo's press conference before Portugal's do-or-die Nations League quarterfinal second leg against Denmark.
Yep.
And it looks like there are more than just pregame nerves going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the stage is set right. Portugal are down 1-0 after that first leg in Copenhagen.
Right.
Which was, a bit of a disappointment for them. And then to make things even more interesting, Denmark's Rasmus Højlund, he scored the winning goal. Yeah. And he even did Ronaldo's signature celebration afterwards. Oh. So, it's added a little bit of extra spice to this rematch.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely sets the tone.
Interesting is one way to put it.
Yeah.
So with all this going on, Ronaldo steps up to confront the media. And it sounds like he was not in the best of moods.
Right.
What was the main thing that set him off?
Well, the big story was Ronaldo's reaction to some of the questions he got from reporters.
Okay.
He felt like some of them were disrespectful, he said. So he called out what he saw as a lot of negativity around the national team. Yeah. The way he felt some of the recent press conferences had gone, and even some specific questions that were aimed at him.
Wow.
He actually insisted that reporters look him in the eye when they were asking him questions. So, it's really interesting to see this dynamic. You have this global icon.
Right.
But he's clearly under a lot of pressure, and the press are right there in his face.
Yeah, no kidding. It sounds like there's a lot more to this than just a typical press conference.
Right.
What else is going on that's adding to all this tension?
Well, you're right to think about the bigger picture here. Oh. Portugal didn't do so well at Euro 2024. They got knocked out in the quarterfinals, and Ronaldo didn't score a single goal during the whole tournament.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's 40 years old now, so naturally people are starting to question if he can still perform at the highest level.
Makes sense. And
this loss to Denmark in the Nations League just makes that pressure even worse, know? It's not just on him either. The coach, Roberto Martinez, is also feeling the heat.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The stakes are incredibly high. And it sounds like maybe the criticism Ronaldo's getting isn't completely out of line.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at his performance in that first leg against Denmark,
right,
it was a pretty quiet night for him. Statistically, he only had 30 touches the whole game.
Wow.
That's the lowest of any outfield player, and he didn't even manage a single shot on target in the entire 90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So when a player of his stature has a game like that, people are going to notice, and the media is going to ask some tough questions.
Yeah, definitely. So how did Ronaldo respond to all this pressure, given that performance? Did he just come out and admit it?
He did, actually. He talked openly about how there was a more tense atmosphere within the team, because they absolutely need to win this second leg. Yeah. So he's clearly feeling the weight of expectation, not just from the fans and the media, but from his own teammates as well.
Right. And it seems like he's trying to rally everyone for this crucial match.
Exactly. He made a direct appeal to the home fans, saying he hoped it would be a beautiful day for everyone at the stadium. He knows how important the support of a passionate home crowd can be in a tight game like this.
Totally. And, even beyond that, I sense this real defiance in his words.
Yeah.
That competitive fire we've seen from him so many times before.
Oh, absolutely. He said, anyone who is proud to represent this symbol must have this ambition.
Powerful stuff.
Right. And he even said they wouldn't lose in the first half, even though it's the second leg.
Yeah.
Which, maybe doesn't make sense literally, but it shows just how determined he is and how much he believes in himself.
Yeah, that's a classic Ronaldo. This isn't the first time he's had a bit of a run-in with the media, is it?
No.
I vaguely remember something about a lake a few years back.
Ah, yes. You're thinking of Euro 2016 when he threw a reporter's microphone into a lake?
That's the one.
Compared to that, this time around he's kept things a little more contained.
Yeah.
Even though he's clearly frustrated. It's mainly been verbal sparring this time.
Right.
So maybe it shows he's handling these things a bit differently now.
Interesting. So to sum it all up, we have a football legend under a ton of pressure after a not-so-great performance.
Right.
His team is on the verge of elimination, and he's just had a very public spat with the press because he feels disrespected.
That's it in a nutshell.
It's fascinating, really.
It is.
What I'm wondering is, in this world of elite sports where the stakes are so high, how much pressure is actually a good thing?
Right.
And when does it start to hurt the athlete and the team?
Mm.
And then you add in the constant media scrutiny.
Yeah.
How does that affect a player's mental state and their confidence?
especially for someone like Ronaldo, who is in the later stages of his career.
Exactly. His career has been incredible.
It really has.
But now he's facing these new challenges, and his reaction to them is out there for everyone to see.
Right.
So what does that tell us about the mental toughness it takes to stay at the top year after year?
It's a question worth pondering, for sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
Thanks for breaking it all down.
Happy to do it.
It's been a really interesting deep dive.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
See you then.